Good afternoon, good evening, good whatever it is wherever you're at on the planet. I am Sir Charles, the Eclectic Geek. I would like to welcome you back to part 2 of my build of the Infinity Gauntlet. Today will be a short build. We are on bag set number 3. It'll be a quick and easy build because this is the last bag set. So, in probably no more than about half an hour or so, we'll be ending up with this, give or take. So, looks like a nice, fun little finish up for tonight. And that's what we're looking at. So, when we ended things the other night, last week, here's where we had actually gotten to. So we had most of the, I believe this is referred to as the pauldron, which is the part of the gauntlet that goes over the wrist area here. So most of that portion was done. We had the whole of the stand complete, and little thing where we'll be putting this cute little name tag on it a little bit. And then from here up is where we'll be actually building the formal gauntlet itself. And with that, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. So let me change views here, and we'll go ahead and get into it. So, starting off here, we're going to start off with a 1, 2, 3, 4, an 8x6 beige piece with this guy here, with a pair of orange or gold home bases. We're going to start off by pointing at each other right here. Now, I have been having some audio problems here tonight, so if I need to, I will be dealing with that, so I apologize in advance if that does happen. Now, if anyone has any problems hearing me or anything, please feel free to throw a comment in the chat. I'll be keeping an eye on that tonight as we're going along here. After I got these two home bases in place here, I'm going to grab a couple of trapezoids. Two of these guys here, and then a 1x4 plate. Putting this guy centered here and the 1x4 plate in the middle. The other trapezoid goes opposite him there. We're next going to grab some orange gold curved right angle pieces. Now with these new bags, I got to figure out where everything is. We're also going to need a pair of these diamond corner pieces, so we'll grab a pair of these. Looks like the corner pieces are on this side, so we'll grab 2 of them. And need a pair of 1x1 plates, which are over yonder. So, with that, we'll take the corner pieces, the right angles, they go mirrored like such. The 1x1 plates go adjacent to those guys mirrored. And then these diagonals, triangles, go next to them. Alright, now it looks like we're going to build up on the trapezoids we put down a few moments ago. So first we need another 1x4 plate, which will go right on top of the previous one. And then 4 curved gold pieces here. 1, 2, and 2 more in here somewhere. 1 and 1 last. Come on, it's in here somewhere. It's gotta be. There it is. Alright. So, forming some kind of a borderline circular shape here. We'll have that guy form up there. Now building up from here, we need a pair of 1x2, also gold. I refer to them as like plate armor, kind of what it looks like to me. Looks like they're over on this side here. Which will go right there and there. Then we need 4 of these lockdown pieces, which are over here on the right. I'll grab 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. Now, in these 2 positions, they'll secure at the bottom. And on these 2 positions, they'll actually secure with 2 studs. So, as long as we got a good lock, doesn't matter if we're using 1 or 2. Alright, so first page of the night is done, and we'll flip. Okay, now off this little section here, we'll build a little sub-assembly of another trapezoid that has 2 slightly unusual right angle pieces. Oh, they're just the standard right angle pieces. Okay, nope, nothing special. Right angle pieces were over here on the right, as I recall. Yep, there's one. Which means his partner should be over here somewhere. There it is. Alright. What was throwing me off was as I was looking at it from the side here, I thought I saw this little piece down here of the trapezoid piece was sticking out the bottom. I thought there was an extra component to the right angle that I was misinterpreting, so he gets attached there. So I'm going to set this guy to the side for a moment and start to build out another little sub-assembly. We're going to take this 4x8 dark beige and start off with a bunch of these off gold 2x1 center stud pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, it looks like. 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 7th. We'll start off there, but we also need a pair of 1x1 gold plates, which are here and here. So that'll just help in the staggering process. So let's just build this guy across here. And then we fill in this last 1x1 plate to finish him off. Now I've got 3 of these gold wing type shapes. Now to find them, it's the first time touching them. Let's see. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we've got the wing heading out towards the back here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we've got 2 more plates, which were these guys here. And then 1 angled vent, which is right here. So the vent is going to go into the middle. And the plates, as I'm referring to, are going to get staggered on each side. So, that's the subassembly that we're going to actually end up here. Now what's nice is we've got a whole 1x8 row here to connect this guy to him, which is going to give us a nice solid bite, and those two are not going to come apart very easily at all. Alright. Moving to the next page, and also doing a quick count to make sure I didn't miss any pieces, which looks good I didn't. Alright. Need a pair of right angle beige pieces that are coming in an upward direction. We need 2 more 1x1 plates and 2 more of the gold angled curved pieces that we were using before. One is going to go in one direction, and one is going to go in the opposite direction. Of course, I immediately put that on the wrong side, naturally. Fix that and flip that guy around. So with these guys now going in opposite directions, we'll take this guy and flip him around. He'll go on the left. He'll go on the right. So they're flanking this guy here. And this whole thing is now going to get attached to the front here, so that this part angles in a downward direction. Now, what's nice is these pieces we just added in right here are actually going to socket right into this little raised section right here, so we know we're putting it into the exact right position. So, as you can see, as I'm sliding this piece down, and it comes right into position right there, and you see it locks right into position on the exact same side, on the other side, I should say. Everything lines up. Everything is snapping right into place. And I'm just trying to push firmly but not too hard, so I don't have the same problem I had last week, where when I was pushing the base together I was causing pieces to collapse in on themselves. So this time, no problem at all. So we've got the fist starting to come up now. Alright, on to the next page. We're actually going to flip this guy around. On here, we're going to take this 1x8 black piece. We're going to take 3 dark brown 1x2 plates and stagger them across the back or front of this guy. And of course, I dropped it naturally. And not only did I drop that piece, I dropped it right into my shoe. Now that takes talent. Okay. So, with now these 3 guys staggered, I've got a pair of these light yellow, light beige 1x1s with clips on them that are coming in the downward direction, relatively speaking, I suppose. Now attaching to here, I've got a couple of 1x2 bricks that have a hinge component on them. The hinge component here, what's interesting is intuitively you would just simply think, oh, studs are going up, everything goes in the same direction. Not in this case. According to the diagram, they specifically want the studs for the 1x2 bricks going down, not up. So we'll invert that. And this is a very common technique when you want to have things going in, obviously, opposite directions. So the hinge will allow us to do that kind of thing. And now this is going to attach on the back here. Trying to see exactly where this attaches. All right. The gray 1x2s are what are allowing us to attach that whole assembly right into here. So the 1x2 bricks attach it to the plate we just put on there, but now this 1x8 piece gives us all this connectivity we can actually attach to in a moment. All right, now we're gonna take a dark beige 1x8 and put a whole bunch of goodies on him. So we're gonna start with another 1x2 dark beige and center him up. We're going to take 4 orange-ish in color hinged pieces, and I'm just looking for them right now because it's not quite orange in color, so I'm not sure which ones I need here. Ah, it's more of a goldish in color, it looks like. And then we need, looks like 2 dark gray studs. Yep. There's one and there's the other. So from the edge we'll do gold, stud, gold. And from the other edge, gold, stud, gold. Now, I am going to make a supposition here, and I think I'm relatively safe in this, because we're now going to attach this to the top here, and we've got 4 of these hinges, and there's 4 fingers going up. Could this be where we are attaching the fingers to this guy? We've also got a little bit of left and right play here for the actual fingers themselves. F-O-R, not F-O-U-R, to clarify. So that's going to probably be our anchor points for the 4 main phalanges going up. Okay. All right. Moving on. We got 2x8 plate here with 4 2x1 angled pieces right across here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of them. Oops. These guys are going to basically, from the looks of it, start forming what it looks like the knuckles of those fingers. We're going to take another one of those dark gray studs that we had from before. It's going to go on the right side here. And then on the left side, we've got a right angled 2x4 to close that guy off. So this is going to go ahead and attach to the guy we attached previously with the gray 1x2 bricks, and all that should just lock right into place there, which will just give us more anchoring for the fingers for in a few moments here. All right, so now what we're going to do is build up the plate to kind of close out this whole little section here. So we'll start with a 2x3 plate and a 1x2 plate on top of him. Across this guy, I'm going to get this nice big curved piece. And then across the back of him, we're going to take another one of the 2x8 plates. Nice, very little simple assembly here. Nothing too terribly complex. I'm going to take the whole thing and flip it around. And the whole thing just locks right on top. Boom, Bob's your uncle. Nice and simple. All right. $65, $66. Again, just making sure pages don't stick together on me. All right. Now we're going to take one of these fun, funky, semi-trapezoidal pieces that I liked from last time. Flip this guy around, and he will end up going right here. We're going to take one of the 1x2 angled pieces to go adjacent to him. And then we're going to take a pair of 1x2 angled corner pieces, I guess we could call them, and kind of close off around this guy. One goes onto the right, and one goes onto the left. Now plugging the right side onto here was not terribly durable, which makes me think I may have missed something. I'm going to go back and look for a second here. No, I didn't. To me, it just feels like I'm seeing a bit of a gap right in here. It feels like there's a plate missing in there somehow. Maybe it's by design, I just haven't seen why yet, but I feel like there should be like a 2x2 supporting plate that should be in there at the moment. Surprised there isn't, actually. Well, if I end up with an extra 2x2 plate, I predicted it. Okay. Alright, moving on. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and build up more of this little center section here. Okay, we'll take this curved, shieldish looking type of piece here with a 1x2 plate with a double claw on it. We'll take another one of these curved shield pieces. That'll go with him. He will attach all here. Next to him, we're going to put another 1x2 plate of the gold design. It's going to go here. We've got a 1x2 curved anchor piece that's going to go and help secure this guy down. And then we've got a decorative 1x1 curved piece that's going to go right here to kind of give a more little uniformish look going across there. So that's that whole section right in there. Okay. Now, building another little sub-assembly here. It's this little piece. Kind of looks like a thumb, maybe. I'm not sure. Music got a little loud there. Sorry about that. For the mellow version of Stream Beats, some of these tracks get a little bit out there. So, we'll start with a 1x3 plate. As soon as I see it. somewhere. Somewhere out there. Come on, Zippy, where are you, bud? 1x3. Oh, I was looking for the wrong color. There's the 1x3 I'm looking for. So we'll take a 2x4, attach him this way. We'll take the whole assembly and flip him over. We're going to attach a dark 1x4 plate with the other light 1x3 that I have at this angle. A dark brown 1x2. And then flip the whole thing back over again. We're going to change up colors again with a white 1x4. A dark beige 1x1 to level that whole section off. We'll go ahead and put a dark beige 1x1, or sorry, dark beige 1x4, dark beige 1x2, and then another dark gray stud, and attach all that together like so. This feels like a very awkward assembly, but hey, that's what the book says. We'll target dark brown 1x2 and anchor all that together, and then put one of these funkily angled trapezoids on top of him to hold that whole thing together. Now across this section here, take a 1x4 curved piece for aesthetics and anchoring. And then a 2x4 brick, old school, to just go onto there. Now with that whole thing done, I'm going to flip that guy over. We're going to build up underneath here with a pair of 2x2 angled corner pieces that just get stacked on top of each other. And then fit right in, get in the hole there. Flip the whole thing back to the top again. We take a dark gray 2x3 and attaching it to 2 of the 4 of the white brick. Gets extended out slightly. And on top of him, he gets a dark brown 1x2 plate. Up the dark brown 1x2 plate, we're getting a pair of these slightly taller angled pieces. So this one goes on one and then on the other. So like such. And then on each side of him, we will get this gold curved pieces, for lack of a better term, I guess. And then this whole thing will go onto this side of this guy. So that whole thing is now secured in place. Alrighty. So far we're looking good. Okay. Moving on to the next page. You're now making this assembly. Possibly a finger. I'm guessing. We'll see. Okay, we start with one of these round 2x2s, which gets a 1x2 plate, dark beige, and then a 1x2 orangish with a single claw, and then gets a 1x2 orange double claw with another beige, dark beige on the other direction, other side. Off of him, he gets a 2x3 plate, and then a 1x2 plate on top of him. And we get a bunch of aesthetic stuff on top of him. Very interesting 2x2 almost brick with a little bit of gold on him. A pair of 1x2 gold plates. And another one of these interestingly curved pieces right there. Now we have another little sub-assembly of a light beige piece with a hole. He gets a 1x1 dark beige, and then a gold hinge piece on the bottom. Attached to the beige, we get two of those gold curved pieces on each side. And then on top of that guy, it gets kind of capped off with another one of these gold plates. Interesting. And then the whole thing is attached like such. So, sure enough, we just made a finger. So this is the, from the looks of it, I would have to say the pinky finger. All right. First finger of the gauntlet has been attached. Now we're going for the ring finger. Another round 2x2 is getting a square 2x2 on top of him. He's getting doubles of this orange double claw with another 2x2 plate to secure all that in place, with the curved wing piece and the 2x2 curved brick. With one of the other knuckles being built out here with a single claw orange piece, a wide hinge 2x2 beige plate, and then a couple more of these winged and 2x2 curved bricks. These guys then get hooked together. And then we do basically the same thing for the tip. Looks like I may have run out of music again. Give me a quick moment here, folks. go. A couple more pieces and put it on each side. For the tip of the finger. And one more of the plates to go on top as before. There we go. And with that, got the ring finger made. Very, very fully articulated. There we go. And the second finger is now in place. Alright, and now people get to have all kinds of fun with the jokes about the middle finger going on next. 2x2 round with a 2x3 plate. On the 2x3 plate, we're getting a pair of the 2x2, or I'm sorry, 1x2 double claws with a 1x2 dark beige plate in the middle, with a 2x3 plate on top, locking all that together. Another 1x2 on top of him. The 1x2 then gets a pair of 1x1 flat plates. Close it off for decoration. Got the 2x2 curved, and then the funky colored wing, which they're definitely using these to denote the knuckles and the hinging of the knuckles, which is pretty innovative, I gotta say. Okay, we'll go to the next finger segment here, where we'll take a 2x1 hinge or claw, 2x1 hinge, 2x2 plate, and the same wing and 2x2 curve, and that just gets extended again. And then last but not least, the same tiny little finger at the front. And with that, got the middle finger in place. All right. Now we head on to the index finger. Round 2x2, square 2x2. Two more of the double clawed 1x2s. With a 2x2 on top of it to lock it all. Excuse me, I've got the winged 1x2, the curved 2x2. Set him. Grab the next 1x2 single claw with a 1x2 hinge. Now here we're going to change it up a little bit, it looks like. This time we're going with a 1x2 plate, and then next to him he's getting a 1x2 with a right angle, but then he still gets the same wing and curved piece. But then the same tip at the very front. that. Got one more plate to go on the top of him. And the Gauntlet's index finger is good to go. So, the Gauntlets, 4 of the 5 fingers are now good to go. Fully posable, fully articulated. You can put it into whatever gesture or position you so desire. And I'm trying to keep this as a family show, so I will go ahead and stop with my statements there. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take the side here. We're going to start off with a 1x2 plate and a pair of 1x2 curved pieces anchored to him, and go up off of this guy here. And then another one of these curved, I'm sorry, one of these shield-based ones. Just going to connect to these pair of claws coming out the side here. Alright. Now it looks like we're going to build, I'm guessing, the whole thumb assembly, which looks a little bit more complex. Okay, from a 2x3 beige plate, we're going to start with a 1x2 double claw off the edge, a dark gray 2x3, the dark beige 2x2 off the bottom, and then a gray 1x2 with a basically like a ball and socket type joint on him. Interesting. To lock him in place, we'll go with a 2x3 dark gray on top of that, with a pair of black 1x2s that have their own claws on there. Off of that, we're going to anchor 4 light beige 1x1 claws. And between those, we're going to take a pair of right-angled 1x2s that give us right-angled right-angled 1x4s. So we can actually build stuff off the sides of these guys too, which will end up being a pair of flat 1x6s. Fascinating, okay. After that's in place, we're going to take a 2x4 with 4 gold 1x1 angled pieces. And make a little decorative stand out of this guy. And he'll go right across the middle here. So that's what we're dealing with there. Okay. I've got 3 more of these little shield doodads. This looks like the first one going across the front here. Second one will be right behind him. Not sure that looks right. No, that's orientated correctly. That is correct. And then the last one will be across the back. Almost like racing spoiler. All right. Okay. So, to get attached to the front of that, it's going to be the front part of the knuckle. So we'll start with a piece that I do not see. I do not see a 2x2 plate. Am I really blind? All right, I might actually be missing a piece. Let me look around here for it. Give me a second, folks. This is only like the second time ever where I've actually been missing a piece. I'll be. All right, let me look back a couple of steps here. I grabbed one where I should not have. Ironically, I'm commenting where I might have needed one. Aha! I think I may have just found it. Index finger. Alright, backing up on the index finger to this guy. Taking off these two. Yep, found it. That should not have been. Bingo. That should not have been a 2x2 on that index finger now that I look at it. When I put him together, he should have been a 1x2 and another one of those right angles. I just presumed, and I goofed. That was my mistake. Yep, I just went too quickly. Alright. Now, we're back on track. You live, you learn. And I just did. Okay. Now I'm back to the thumb assembly. With these two, pop them together, flip it over. We've got the 1x2 hinge. The 1x2 hinge will get secured into place with this 2x2 bottom locking piece, and underneath him he'll get a 2x2 curved on the 2x2 that I just recovered. We'll flip this whole thing back over. On top of him he'll get a 1x2 right angle on each side. We'll get another curved 2x2. On top of him, we'll get a pair more of the 1x2, the 1x1 angled pretty gold pieces. And then next to him, we get, I think, our last of the wings. And there goes our thumb. With the thumb, goes onto the right hand side here with that really big connection. So that's where you get the whole opposable thumb. The thing that sets us apart from the apes, blah blah blah. Alright. Okay, so now underneath the thumb, I'm going to grab another 2x2 curved, or 2x2 round with this 1x2 with a single claw. On top of him, he's going to get a 3x3 angled piece, which is going to get a pair of home bases to lock all this together in a very unusual manner. On top of him, we're going to get another little corner piece. That looks actually kind of cool, I have to say, actually. We'll take another one of these hinge pieces, put a pair of 1x2 curved on him, which will go with this guy. And this goes here. attaches from the side. Interesting. I'm guessing I'm probably going to mirror this on the other side, most likely. Which is exactly what we're doing. Not sure of the form and function of this part of it, actually, to be honest, but hey. When LEGO tells you to build, you build. Which, I'm always okay with that. So we got a couple more of these home bases. Throw one more corner piece in here to make this little pattern that I really liked. We'll grab one more hinged piece with two more of these curved guys. Connects here. And then it actually connects to the gauntlet to these tiny little arms we put on way, way, way back in the day. So that is where that attaches there. All right. Next, we'll go ahead and put on the nameplate for the gauntlet. And now we will go ahead and assemble the stones. So each of the stones are actually a little bit different. So purple, just a pair of 1x2 plates on top of each other. Blue will be a 1x2 with a pair of 1x1 angled pieces on top of each other. So he will go here first because that's the one he got off of Xandar prior to Thor Ragnarok. This is the Tesseract he got right after Ragnarok, right at the start of Infinity. Sorry, right at the start of Infinity War. Sorry, I kind of got lost in the moment there. Next, we're going to go ahead and make the Ether, which is a 1x2 brick with a 1x1 plate, and then a 1x1 angled piece. The Ether is the one that Thanos got off of the Collector when he went to Nowhere, that the Guardians weren't able to beat him to. Next then is the Soul Stone with a 1x2 plate, a 1x1 pointed piece, which of all of the Legos, most definitely one you do not want to step on. Oh my goodness. And then also a 1x2 plate curved piece. This is the Soul Stone that Thanos got, so to speak, from the Red Skull. Next is the Time Stone, which is this round 2x2 brick with a green 1x1 translucent stud that's supposed to go into the middle here. And wow, again, that just got really, really loud. I apologize. And this 1x1 stud does not want to go in the middle and play nicely, of course. But this is the time stone from the Eye of Agamotto that Strange gave up. But after seeing 16 million plus potentialities, and this was the only way that Strange saw that they could win, that's why he did it. And it just does not want to go in that center position there, does it? No, it does not. It's being real difficult. There we go. Finally. So, there's your time stone, which goes right onto the thumb. And then last but not least, we got the Mind Stone, which is a confluence of 1x2 plates, which are just kind of gonna go together in all sorts of different ways here from the looks of things. That way, and then that way, and then this way. And then this way. And then this way, and then this way, and then it all interlocks. And then the whole thing connect right here in the middle of the back of the hand. And the final look around and check on pieces. The Infinity Gauntlet, one of the most powerful weapons in the MCU, is complete. So we've got articulated fingers, that was one thing when I first got the box. My very first question, the geek in me of course, was as I'm looking at this, I go, wait a minute here. Did they actually put the stones on the gauntlet in the right order of the movie? Son of a gun, they did. They actually did that in the right order. Nice. Okay, this is great. They actually paid that much nitpicky attention to detail. I was suitably impressed with that. So, yeah, it's when they actually take the time to pay attention to little details like that. I'm like, you know what? This is a company that actually gives a flying flip. This actually takes the time to invest that much attention to detail, that actually cares that much about the geeks like myself that really care about that kind of level of, well, again, detail that you will expect to go above and beyond to give that little extra to it. So, yeah. So, with that said, the gauntlet is complete. One of the most powerful weapons in the MCU is now under my control. Ha ha ha. Nah, I'm kidding. Obviously. With that having been said, next week, this actually went a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I'm very surprised. Pleasantly so. Next week, I do believe I'll be starting in on Batman's Cowl. So, after Batman's Cowl, as per request, I'll probably be heading and doing Old Yoda, which is going to be roughly almost exactly the same size as R2-D2, so that'll be a couple of week build there as well then. So those are my next couple of sessions. Thank you very much for those who are here this evening. I really appreciate it. I am Sir Charles the Eclectic Geek. Thank you very much for coming, and I look forward to seeing you again.